Fine boy like me, fine boy like me. Don't call me cheap, girl, I work for this. Make you no call me. Put down for breast and so.
I what we saying today, fam. No, let's be serious. Yes. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Whitney is not high, neither is she drunk. She's right here. She just
Why you saying my name like that?
This shades vibes.
To the side is Kuku, to the other side is Abigail, and in the middle is Claire.
So today let's get right into it. I don't know why I keep clapping. I need to stop. But no, we need to stop that. Anyway, let's get into the video.
Quite fun. Exactly.
I don't know why I carry these children up and down with me.
I have no idea.
I just don't get it. But anyway, let's get into what we want to say today.
Okay. We're here. Let's start this.
You guys are not like this video. I really don't have my opinion ready, but I believe these people are gonna have their opinions because these guys, I think a lot of the time they think very.
I know what I'm saying. That's what I say.
I think they think very much out of the box, especially compared to me and what
too traditional.
No, what you would expect
like
people like in our family to think. They think very out of the box.
Clinton's
Clinton's way and the way our family will think. These people are kind of
Clinton's law, so Clinton's way, you know.
And my way makes the world go round. It's just as simple. Just as simple as that. But anywho, as I was saying, so yeah, this video is going to be about unpopular opinions. That's what it's going to be about. What unpopular opinions do people like really stand by that you think, wow, a lot of people, the majority of people will not agree with you on this?
It's alright to have kids without a guy in the picture.
Yeah, many people don't.
Many people don't.
Definitely.
I don't know why some
guys,
parents
this was a conversation we're having recently.
True.
But anyway,
because every single time, especially in the African society, especially where we're from, you have to. Marriage is a prerequisite for children. You love children. You want children.
You must get married. I don't understand the whole thing because like, especially when they ask like after you're married, oh, when's the kid coming? Like, what if I don't want a kid? You know?
What if I don't want a man?
What if I don't want a guy?
What if I don't want to get married, but then I want kids? Why do I have to, like, why does one have to lead to the other or connect to the other? Why can't I just want to have a kid who, you know, takes after me, who I can love, cherish, care for, look, you know, my mini-me, you know, hang out with, find the best companionship in, you know, and then we just like roll through life together.
I have another unpopular opinion.
Must I have a husband in the picture?
So you people are saying that what's it cause you think people should normalize like having children with whatever it is, whether it's you're married.
The only thing to normalize it, I'm just saying, just don't be judging them. Like just because something fits you doesn't mean that.
But the thing is that the ideology of people getting married and having children in that order is not from nowhere. It's like us, the foundation of that ideology to me is Christianity. That's where it came from. And it's like,
everybody's a Christian.
Times are changing.
They are.
And we have to, even as Christians, we're not still doing the same thing that was happening in the biblical era.
Exactly.
We don't still sell people.
We don't stone children.
But okay. But do you think that is? Do you think that is?
Cut people in halves or boil them in hot oil.
So
there are a lot of
stones that they commit adultery. You know.
So like we didn't have the sciences, the options, and the exposures. You know, when it comes to family that we have now, we didn't have them then. So these are issues that even the Bible did not provide for. And we can't just be limiting ourselves to the ones that existed then and say that's the only way it happens. Now, there was this scenario in a group I belong to. It's a Christian group. And it says this lady, she was getting to the menopause, but she really wanted somebody. She really wanted a child to care for. And she wasn't against adoption, but if the doctors certified that she could still have her own, she could still have a child of her own at that age, you know, at least for a certain period of time, but she didn't have a husband and she didn't have suitors and people, you know, coming to ask her because she was like, well, it was aged. She said, why not? Why don't I try to have one of my own, you know? And then she had herself artificially inseminated. and she got pregnant. Now this is a Christian woman, this is a sister in church, and then she walks into the church, and the pastor who prayed and even got tired and gave up praying for her to have a husband was surprised and said, "Sister, did you commit fornication?" Like, when we are hoping and praying that God will remember you, even if it is at the last minute, and give you a husband, which is like another opinion, that you're not a complete woman if you don't have a husband. We'll get to that one later, you know. But like, you now go ahead to defy yourself and get yourself pregnant. And she's like, "Oh no, Pastor, I haven't defiled myself. I haven't fornicated. I haven't even slept with anyone. You know, this is just me taking a decision to have my own child." And the pastor is, you know, like, he doesn't understand. He can't even explain it. He can't even say it's wrong because the Bible didn't say. Now these are the discoveries recently. These are recent discoveries, and these are things that were not basically captured in, like, you know, the Bible at that time. So like, you can't practically say, I'm telling you now, you can't practically say that your defense to not accepting this conception is the Bible, because
I do not say what's it called. I don't accept this or agree this. That's what I'm saying. No, I'm just saying that.
Okay, like anybody.
The foundation of that ideology, I believe, is from the Christian.
Okay, yeah.
Christian
that's why I say, like, now anybody.
Yeah, it's religion. Do you understand? That is yeah. Continue.
Okay, but like, well, I'm just saying, like, generally, nobody can say that their defense to not accepting these conceptions, this new conception, is because they are, you know, I'm a Christian, because I'm a Christian, so I can't deal with this. But did God really say that you can't have your own child? How about single mothers who have been, and trust me, the rate at which divorces, like the statistics on divorce is going up. Abandonment, spousal abandonment is over the roofs, and a lot of spouses running or how's it called now, leaving their marriages because of several different factors, including domestic violence. It's on the high rise. You understand? So at the end of the day, we still have a lot of single mothers. We still have a lot of people who were married but ended up with these kids, raising them by themselves, them turning out good, by the way, and, you know, not having a father or a husband in the picture. So it's practically the same as even having a sperm donor in the first place, because these people don't even last. Some people don't even see their children. They don't ever meet them, you know. We have a lot of absent fathers. So what exactly makes them better than the person who took the decision to have kids, you know, officially?
But I want to go back to something that you're saying. You're saying that, that the divorce rate is so high right now. But why do you think that is the case?
Oh, there's so many factors. From my line of work, I can just share a few. One of the reasons divorce rates are going up high is orientation, and that also comes down to what we're talking about. Orientation, the kind of orientation a lot of people receive growing up, their upbringing. Like in this society, like in the African society, a couple of times the only gender that is groomed and prepared for marriage is the female gender. Because like, even from the first day, they say, "Oh, don't do that. Act like a lady. You don't know if you do this and you enter your husband's house, this will happen." You hear those kind of comments because they are grooming you to learn how to cook, learn how to do the chores, even get an education so you qualify for marriage. The female gender is raised to believe that basically her goal is marriage, and definitely she has to do every single thing right so she can get every single detail right in marriage, and that privilege is not afforded to the sons in the family. And if you don't afford the same privilege to sons, these are the people who are coming to marry your well-groomed daughters, you know, the ones you have prepared for marriage. You haven't given them the opportunity, you haven't prepared them too for marriage. So that's basically the orientation, like, creates that imbalance. You know, that's one of the reasons. Then the second thing is that Someone said, I heard it somewhere, but like our generation is like more rebellious than.
Yeah.
Do you know that's something I was
agree with
thinking
that,
about?
sorry.
Like, I was
Yeah.
thinking at one point, I don't know if I still think this way, but I feel like, I don't know, I remember at one point, I had it in my mind that our generation, I think we don't respect the sanctity of marriage, you know,
We don't
So I don't think
the
that.
entity of
I don't
marriage,
think
you
it was
understand what I mean?
disrespecting. I just think
We're
was
not
saying.
disrespecting. We just got to a level of
Yeah,
not
we're just like-
tolerating
But
what
that's-
a lot
that's-
of people used to
exactly.
tolerate.
I-
That's what's also
that's
crossed
why
my
I'm
mind
just-
now.
that's why I'm
But I
like,
think
what-
that our tolerance level is just.
I love that thing. I just love that thing because like what's called.
What you love what?
I love the thing that was called that would think like, dude, why are we actually questioning ourselves like if we don't
Everything.
like we question everything like our parents usually when our parents tell us something we just
It's
follow
okay.
it do it, but we're here really questioning what's
What's
what
the
they're telling
reason?
us, like why are you telling me this, like when they're like, oh, you're gonna grow up one day and get married, have a nice husband and children, and I
Do
really
I have
think
to?
even at my young age I'm thinking like why do I have to get married, why do I have
Why
to
that
get married?
pattern? That's our generation now. We've actually, started asking questions.
Yeah.
We asked a lot of questions that a lot of other generations that before us didn't ask. So that's what makes things difficult, because when there's a certain pattern or a certain standard that everybody believes you should take in marriage, if abuse was okay, we don't want that. But certain other positive things though that we still also question and we still also don't want. You understand? So like that imbalance, like we haven't gotten to a point where we now find a balance in the society where we are more accepting and also more like we compromise basically. Like we meet at the middle.
Yeah,
or
but
something.
what I would like is like, even with family, like, I would like to be able to say, look, I don't want to do this, and you just respect my wishes, because it's not affecting people. Me, like, what's going on, having a romantic, it's not affecting me.
And that's
If
another.
Kuku wants to have a kid without somebody, like, why are we here, like, really, like, having our opinions and like judging it?
The audacity everyone has these days to question every single person's decisions.
Exactly.
It makes it just makes you want to ask why. Like you see someone walk up to you and you say, oh look, you're not holding your baby well, don't do that, like the person loves your child.
Especially in Nigeria, everybody loves to give their opinions unprovoked.
Just like unsolicited.
Oh my gosh, I have another probably opinion.
What's that?
Divorce is okay. It does not mean failure.
Yeah, and that actually happens a lot with Christians. I'll tell you because I'm in the Christian community.
This our conversation is really, really serious. Like, you'll think we're marriage counselors, honestly.
I know, right?
I'm
I'm still my early 20s.
So you guys, we're
We're on the topic of marriage. That's why everything else
we're talking from a standpoint of people that are looking in. Do you
No, but
understand?
like, it's actually
Because
crazy,
we
right?
don't-
Like, I'm really in my early 20s.
and it's better now
talking about
because like when you're
consequences.
in, you can't survey all the other options.
I'm really here talking about something.
Because
I'm not saying it's bad, just
opinions.
that we're coming from the opinions of people that are single and are not in marriages.
It's a good thing that we have an opportunity to survey different opinions and also have ours.
Yeah.
So that whatever it is, whatever we be. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Based off of what we.
But you wanted to talk on what Whitney said about divorce is not failure, especially in the Christian community.
Yeah, because in the Christian community, the Bible, especially when Jesus said, "I hate divorce," so a lot of the scriptures in the Bible discourages divorce, and that makes a lot of people, especially people that are not even practicing Christians, because they don't understand that the same Bible provides for how you can maintain the marriage or sustain the marriage without getting a divorce. Yeah. But they don't apply all those rules.
You're correct.
And they end up getting to a point where there is no other in fact, it's already ended. Yeah. You don't even have to say it. Yes. It's already done for. And they don't want to accept that because they say the Bible says you shouldn't. So a lot of people stay there, end up getting killed, end up losing themselves, end up even committing suicide, a lot of other unhappy things that go with it, And then, commenting on what Whitney said, the society too, even the society that are not Christians, they also have that conception that divorce is a bad thing, and it's mostly targeted at the women, unfortunately, because like if you're single, you have the stigma because you're not happy. They think you're not happy. You need a man to be happy. Now, if you're divorced, oh, it's terrible. That means you must be really bad. You probably did something wrong for him to not want to stay with you. If you're even widowed, oh my God, you probably killed your husband.
Yeah.
It's somehow related to you, somehow connected to you. Then a lot of things happen because you now find yourself in a situation where a lot of people will say stuff about you, and you're so scared that you stay in a broken down institution, like it has completely crumbled, and you stay there and still insisting that it's existing, but it's not. So that's why Whitney is saying it's okay to finally admit the truth, like call it what it is. I made the wrong decision.
Because I feel like even going back to what you're saying, that people do not apply the tools that they need to maintain a marriage. I feel like people do not even apply the tools to even decide who they're getting married to.
Right.
Do you understand? The process leading up to even getting married, they're not applying the tools there. Talk less of when they're in the marriage. So it's like, wow, you're entering something that's already set up not to work. Because either you don't know each other like the way you need to know each other, or there's something somebody's hiding, something like that. I just feel like, but I do feel like, do you guys think here that if you're entering a marriage, I don't think you should have in the back of your mind that divorce is always an option, if you know what I mean. Like, I feel like some people carry that option too heavily in their mind that if anything goes wrong, I can easily get a divorce.
I don't think anybody involved.
I don't want to carry that mentality to my mind. I do not plan on getting married and getting divorced. That's the way I see it.
I don't think anybody.
So I'm not going to enter marriage and say, I don't even like to entertain that conversation, divorce. Like, what's my business? I'm not going to get divorced as far as I'm concerned.
But it's real.
It's real, but it's not going to be real for me. Because by God's grace, no, it's not a matter of avoiding. By God's grace, I'm not going to make the wrong decision. I'm going to make the right decision and make it right once. Do you understand? I feel it's very okay to have that mentality and for that to be a reality. Do you understand? I feel like now people are just, because we're so used to hearing about failed relationships, broken relationships, it's like everybody wants to just okay. And it's like, yeah, that's okay. Your relationship is not great and it has ended. But it's also okay to have successful relationships. Do you understand? It's also okay to have a long-lasting relationship. People that have long-lasting relationships or successful relationships are not out there to oppress those that have failing relationships.
Sometimes they are.
Well, those are different people. My own is that, well, that shouldn't be the case. If you have a successful relationship, you should not be out to oppress those that don't have it. But my own is that, I don't want to live with that mentality that, a relationship can always go south. Another unpopular opinion.
Unpopular opinion. You must marry because you're in love. Like, people marry because they're in love.
I want to marry because I'm in love. That's what I do.
I think being in love is like one of the dumbest reasons to get married.
So what? You should marry for what?
Like,
I feel like
it's more realistic
I feel like
than
maybe what's it called? I try to say that people get married just because of love.
You can love the person you're married to, but that's what I mean.
No. That one I agree with you. You cannot just get married because of love. Everything needs to balance out. Love is not sufficient to hold the marriage. I don't think so. Everything else has to balance.
Some people even say, everything will fall in place.
No.
You love him, right?
No. I don't think love is just sufficient. No. So okay, you're saying love is not sufficient. So what else are you saying you need, in your opinion, to have a successful marriage? What are you saying?
You need to be,
or even a relationship in general.
You need to be physically, psychologically, financially, socially capable.
Agreed.
Whatever you want to do.
Yeah. But I do feel like, because since the video started, a lot of the discussion has been around marriage, and I do feel like in general, what people are, tell me guys if I'm wrong, but I feel like in general what these people are saying, and maybe even I'm saying, is that people should be open-minded, but people should be respected for the decisions that they make concerning themselves. Do you understand? And it's like, as far as you're ready to take on the responsibility yourself that comes with the decision you're making, people should respect that decision.
Do you understand?
Exactly, and I think that's what we're trying to say here. It's not one way. I may think one way, she thinks one way, she thinks one way. As far as everybody's happy, they know what they're doing themselves, they're able to take on the responsibility that comes with it, is calm. But I do also want to say that the reason why these things can be unpopular opinions, because definitely society has made them popular. Society has made them to seem like these should be the popular opinions. But maybe generations before us have made it seem like these should be the popular opinions and all the ones. But I don't think we should also make it clear that, well, for me, I don't think it says that that they're bad. Do you understand? Or they're wrong in their way of thinking. That they're trying to make us unhappy. I don't think those are their intentions. Because I feel like even us that we're talking now, our children may come now and we may be trying to advise them on ways we will approach, and it's like up to them whether they will take it on or not take. And I think that's the same approach on these older generations are coming with. Even though some of them are moving a bit mad, it's either their way or no way. But some of them, they can come with the approach of, this is where our approach is. Do you understand? If you want to approach it that way, go with it. If you don't, that's your business, that kind of thing. So I also don't want it to come off as if, oh, we're trying to disrespect those that have come before us because, oh, they are made to a different ideology. I just think that this our generation, we're blessed with the opportunities to be thinking in so many different ways and to have the opportunities to move in so many different ways and be successful in that. If you want to be single, you can be fine like that, successful in that way. If you want to be in a couple, married or married, you can be fine successful in that way. But before, I don't think they had those opportunities. Like even to, you know, I can bet there are times even if you're not married, you cannot enter certain places, get certain jobs, that kind of thing. So the times are changing, opportunities are changing, the ideologies are changing. And I just think we're just thinking like, and we think like this because of the times we're in. Bro, I'm so smart, you know. The English is just flowing out of me right now.
And it's not even English?
It's just it's
What's my
first language? What's my first language? Are you mad? When did I learn Finnish? When did I? What are people talking about? I know the Queen's English. Do you understand what I'm talking about? I'm born and bred in the Queen's English. You get me? You understand? Even though I'm proud, I'm very proud to be Igbo. So don't think, oh, I'm very proudly Igbo. So that's not even English. The Queen knows me. Somebody I was chatting with in Windsor Castle, people are telling me who, or Guinea who. What are you even talking about?
Is that how you pronounce it?
At the end of the day, I'm proudly British Igbo. Igbo, British, all the same. Do you understand? So do not get it twisted.
I still haven't figured out like, where I'm from yet. So
she's the same with I.
Same with I. Besides the political part,
we're still trying to get her the passports.
We don't know that.
But anyway, guys, I think is that all we have to say on this? Do you people have anything to conclude with due to unpopular opinions? As I was saying, I feel like everybody's entitled to their opinions. Some may deem it popular, some may deem it unpopular. As far as you know, you're reasoning behind those opinions, and they're not impacting anybody negatively.
I think
it's your business.
Yeah, what I like to say is everyone should be really open-minded and accepting of other people's opinions as well. When you're doing that, then you realize that there won't be any need for you to enforce your own. Like impose yours on another. But because if you like respect each other's, everything's fine, everyone's good.
And really that is that.